So I thought I'd have a quick review of some of my slings and some of the designs I've made. This was the first one I made, which is based on the designs I've seen on the American channels. Once I'd converted that little webbing I'd made in the middle to this smiling sling style, this works a treat. It's great for tennis balls. I use my sliding adjuster, a ball bearing at the end of the fall, a little plastic ball bearing at the end of the fall to retain the popper or cracker. And then moves on to this whip style sling, and this was really good, slightly different braiding style. And again, a smiling sling, great for golf balls. I suggested it might work also for tennis balls, but that's not the case. It's pretty rubbish with a tennis ball, so if you're going to use a tennis ball, use a 6-inch pouch. This 2-colour sling is a sort of a square braid, whereas the original sling was a rounded braid, but yeah, it performs just as well. And this one also uses the unbraided portion to give you that flexibility on the swing. Is it needed? Probably not, but it works. Yeah, it's probably why people are using it. And do I like this whipping? Yeah, I think the whipping works really, really well. Adjustable finger loops, yeah, that's good. Like I said, the crackers are okay, but they're not brilliant. This one, yeah, this was interesting. That pouch is dreadful. Don't bother with that. Stripping the guts out makes for a nice flexible sling, so I haven't put the unbraided bits in. I've converted this to a smiling sling with 2mm paracord, and this is about a 6-inch pouch, so this is good for tennis balls as well. So yeah, this is quite a nice design, quite easy to use, and relatively simple to make. And again, this is a round braid. The finger loops here, because of this, just using the outer part of the paracord, is really, really comfortable. And this one, I actually lost the ball bearing out the end. It cracked out so hard that it broke the ball bearing out. So this has now been pushed in and whipped in with some dental floss. And that works really, really well. This is the last one I did, the single strand sling. That pouch is a mess. Yeah, I've changed it now. I put a bigger bead as a release bead. Again, it's just decorative. You could use a knot, but I quite like these. And they was cheap as chips from AliExpress. And it's a single finger loop. And then I've used standard paracord here, 4mm. It's not like a smiley sling, it's just a cross. It works just as well. The problem with this, I mean, there's 3 strands of paracord in one of those strips and 2 strands in the other, but it's introduced a really strange warp into the pouch here. So yeah, you have to be careful when you place the ball, but it works. There's a reason that everybody uses these Balearic style pouches, and that's because they work. So that fancy little bit of stuff I did with the yellow sling isn't worth it, and the design that I had originally on this was just rubbish. And this again is a 6-inch pouch, and it's great for tennis balls. So nothing surprising there then, really. The reason that people make the slings that they make, and the reason that those slings are so popular, is because they work. So moving away from the traditional designs probably isn't a good idea. I'd stick in future to the Balearic style pouches with the smiley sling adaptation, and then as far as the braid goes, yeah, it's whatever flicks your switch and whatever looks nicest. Do you need that slightly unbraided portion? Possibly, possibly not. I'm not good enough to make a call on that, but it's one for you to decide. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you found it interesting. Cheers.